Twine is one of my favorite things to craft with. Hey Bestie, this is Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. If you want to craft your best life with me, then let's get started right now. I end up using about 5 or 6 corks. And then I've got this foam wreath ring from the Dollar Tree, a wired jute, and some rope from Walmart. And then that burlap I got at a thrift store for $4 for that whole thing. I cut out strips of the burlap, and then I'm going to start gluing it and wrap it around the wreath form. And that way you won't see the green, it'll overlap. And I'm going to do that for the whole thing and just hot glue each piece and start a new one. Now I'm going to trim off those little flyaway pieces from the burlap. There it is, and I love the way it looks. Now I have a nice base. And I'm going to use the wired rope. I'm going to create a tree of life looking wreath. So I'm going to use the wired jute to do the shape of the trunk and the branches. And then there's a wire in it. I'm going to stab it into the foam and hot glue it to secure it down. And I'm looking at a picture of a tree of life, and I'm just positioning the leaves like it looks in the picture. You could do yours any way you want. And then I'm just going to kind of wrap around in the middle there and attach it. And then I'll take the next piece up to the top, clip it, and then stick the wire in and hot glue. And I'll do that until I have as many branches as I want. You could do this, however you want it to look. Like I said, I'm just looking at a picture that I saw. And now I'm just going to wrap it around the very trunk of the tree and start getting that a little bit thicker. And I'll just go all the way around and attach it at the end. There is the base of the tree right there. Now I'm going to put a hanger on the back before I go too much further. And I'm going to take the corks and I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife and I'm going to start cutting little teeny slices. Now I can't give you an exact number because it depends on how many leaves you want to put on your tree. Now I'm going to take that rope from Walmart and I'm going to start building, and I'm just going to wrap it around and then go up and down. And you'll see here in just a second, you could do this any way you want to. It just kind of whatever looks good to you. So I just made a little bit of it thicker, and then I added some more, and then added some more, and there it is. That's the way I wanted it to look. Now I'm going to put hot glue on each of those slices. I'm going to start putting those little cork slices on the branches, and then I'm going to put some underneath by the trunk as if the leaves fell. Now off camera, I did dry brush these with the fern color chalk paint from Waverly because I felt like maybe you wouldn't know they were leaves. I don't know. So I just put a little bit on there. I think this came out beautiful, and I just love it. Let me know what you think. Two items for the price of one at Dollar Tree. So I've got the salt and pepper shaker. I've got some really pretty lavender that I got at Pop Shelf. And then I've got some Dollar Tree twine ribbon, some coastal twine from Dollar Tree, a really pretty kind of mauve colored ribbon. And I didn't end up using the blue and white one after all. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the lids to the salt and pepper shakers. We will not need them. Now I'm going to take my kind of twine lace kind of looking ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put it around one of them, kind of like, I don't know, just below the top, and then I'm going to do one more just above the bottom. You'll see in a second. And I just kind of put little dabs of glue here and there so that it won't slide around. And at the end I cut it, and now here I'm doing the second one. I'm doing the exact same thing. This ribbon is so pretty. I just love the combination of that kind of lighter color with the regular jute color. Now that I've got that on there, I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to just do one ribbon around this one. I'm just going to be doing it kind of below the top there. I'm just going to attach it the exact same way that I did with the other one. I love this ribbon. It almost like has a velvety feel to the top of it. I think I got it at Walmart. I can't remember. I'm going to take that coastal twine that has the twine color and kind of the off-white, and I'm going to put one strand around the top of that ribbon and one strand around the bottom. And I really like the look that it gave it. I think these are going to be super cute and very rustic. So there they are. And now I'm going to add a twine bow to both of them. I'm going to use that nautical or coastal twine from the Dollar Tree. Just going to put a little dot of hot glue in the back so I can tie my just very simple shoelace bow. And then I will trim the little tails on it, on both of them, and do the exact same thing. I'm going to put one higher than the other just to make them look slightly different. This could not be easier. Is this even a DIY? I'm not sure. But if you're looking for something super fast and easy to do, just add a little bit of decor. Could look really cute on a tier tray or next to something on a shelf. I just think this is so cute, and I love when things are this easy. You could just do them, you know, in 5 or 10 minutes. So easy. So I'm going to take some of that lavender. I'm just going to snip some little pieces, and I'm going to put them in the one, you know, salt and pepper shaker. And then I have another set of greenery that I got. It was off of a pick from the Target dollar spot, and it just thought it looked perfect with that pink ribbon. And I just put that right in there. That's it. We're done. You can't get easier than this. Functional kitchen hack. I've got some nautical rope and some twine from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start by using hot glue and just turning this rope into itself and around and creating kind of like a circular coil type of a look. And I'm just going to keep using hot glue and continue on until this becomes a big enough piece to become a trivet. You just have to have a little patience. It's very easy, but you've got to wait for each little piece to dry, pull off any excess hot glue. And you know, so that's just kind of fun, but I just watched a video and just kept working on it because the end result is so worth it. So now you can see I'm partway done and it's looking great. Now I'm going to add some more of the nautical rope. Then I'm going to take this twine that is 2 different colors and I'm going to glue it into the seams between each of the nautical rope pieces just to give this a really cool design. And I'm going to use my Beacon Fabric Tack glue for this. It's just perfect. And of course it dries clear and it's easy to wipe off. And so I decided I would just do, like, you know, 4 or 5 rows of it. This turned out gorgeous, and I need trivets, so this is going to be such a nice functional piece. It's so cute. Got one bowl, and then I've got that rope from Walmart, which, by the way, it's very inexpensive. The celery colored chalk paint, and I'm just going to paint the inside of the bowl. There's really no reason to paint the outside because it's going to be covered with the rope. Of course, use my heat tool to dry it, and then I'm going to use some Mod Podge for the inside. That way, if I put things in this bowl, they won't scratch the paint. Now I've turned the bowl over and I'm going to take my hot glue and take the rope, and I've slowed it down so you can see I'm just going to kind of start winding it around itself. Almost look like a flat little spiral. You'll see it in a second. And then I'm going to set that right on that little bit of hot glue that I put there. And I'm going to start what will be a spiral going around and around and around to cover the entire bowl. And you'll see right when I lift my hands what the start of it looks like. And then I will just keep adding hot glue and I'll just go around and around. And I do use hot glue for the entire thing. I don't want part of it to lift up. I think that's risky in this particular situation. And then I'll skip ahead and show you when I've got a little bit more of it done. It's looking really nice. And then I'm going to take 2 pieces of rope, and I made them the same size, and I'm going to attach them with hot glue, one to each side, and it will become the handle. And once it's attached, I will continue wrapping the rope around, and that way you won't even see where I've attached the handle. I mean, there'll be a little kind of bump in the rope, which you will see at the end, but it looks really cool. And so this is just the best way to secure that, and that way no matter what, that rope is on there really good, and if there's something a little bit heavier in the bowl, it will be able to handle it. No pun intended, the handles can handle it. Anyway, and if you notice there's a little crack in my bowl, I don't know how I did that, but it's going to be wrapped in the rope, so it's really going to be stable when it's all said and done. So now the second handle's on, and I'm going to continue the wrapping around and around. I won't show you the whole thing. And there it is. So I think that looks really nice and it just makes it much more secure. And then I'm going to take these 2 corks and I'm going to cut them to the same size. I end up taking another one and I'm going to use these to make legs for the bottom of this bowl. And I just think it's so cute. Makes it very rustic. I'm going to take a pen and mark where I want them to be so I don't forget and get them on there pretty evenly. And then I'm going to use E6000 and a little bit of hot glue to secure each one so that it will stay in place while I finish this project. Now, because they're not all the same color, I took some cashew and hazelnut chalk paint by Waverly and I mixed them together. I'm trying to get a color that complements the cork color. So I end up adding some antique wax and then I really like what it looked like. And I'm just going to paint the very bottom of the legs and a little band around the bottom and leave the cork for the rest of it. And I think that is just a really nice look. It almost came out kind of khaki. I love this one. So easy. I hope you like it.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you.
Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!